how did your kind of service offering evolve over time from the start of 2020? And yeah, what are you guys doing for brands today?
Yeah, that's a really, I think this is something that a lot of agencies went through. I mean, the original business model was, hey, turn on Facebook ads, right? I mean, back in 2021, 2022, it was just, hey, you're running Facebook ads. It's like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I got you. Turn it on, boom, you're scaling. That most people, and that's like now when you sign up for Shopify, it's like, here's your plug-in to Facebook ads. Like everybody knows to run Facebook ads. And so we had to figure out how to drive performance. And it wasn't until like 2022, 2023 when we started testing creative that we were like, oh, that's what like makes performance. And so we saw that, kind of completed a feedback loop, and we were looking at it. Okay, well, media buying doesn't really do much anymore, so let's just focus on creative. And so I started building out a team to get like video editors and graph designers and copywriters and that kind of stuff. And then that's just where we were jamming for a long time. And then we ended up, I always kind of had a CRO background, sort of, because I actually started when I was just early days building websites. So I always had this website nature in me. So we were doing CRO as well. But we built this mega CRO team, and I could talk about CRO forever, but it was a mess because it's, for most brands, unless you're doing like 1 million a month, you don't need traditional CRO. And what I mean by traditional CRO is split testing everything, going to the website, hey, test this button or that button, or that's what most people think. But hey, let's test, adding reviews here or videos here or changing this or changing that and waiting for statistical significance. Most of our brands that we were working with at the time just didn't have enough traffic to do that. So it was just a giant waste. But the point is so we always had some form of CRO, but that's also evolved. And so now if we actually take a look at where we're at today, we still do the media buying for a lot of brands because it's just very simple. And anybody who maybe has seen my stuff before, we're very like, hey, don't overcomplicate media buying, just keep it simple. But you still need someone to upload the ads. And then we have two types of creative engines, is what we call them. So one is our creative strategy, where we're just focusing on high intent creatives. Our best creative type right now is storytelling. So any kind of like storytelling ads absolutely crush. So we have a team that's just dialed in on that, of course, doing statics and that too. And then we have our content engine, is what we call it, where it's our UGC system, where we're bringing in creators and we're trying to train them to become really good. Again, storytellers are really good at making viral videos that we can run as ads. And so we've been doubling down on that. And then the CRO program evolved into now just landing pages, because we realized that for all of our brands, most of them got the biggest lift from just LPs. We've taken multiple brands from spending like 30, 40, 50K a month to six figures a month, 200, 300K a month, just by getting a proper funnel in place. And so we were like, well, let's just do more of that because that's working. So now the agency service system is all about our goal. What we tell everybody is, hey, we're hired to do one thing, and that's to increase spend profitably. That's it. And so obviously increasing spend is very simple. You just click a button, change budget from here, add a zero. But to actually be able to get that reward, you have to do a lot of work. And so again, the three things that we do are, creative strategy, content, so UGC stuff, and then landing pages. And if we do those three good enough, then the reward is we're able to scale. So that's kind of where we started. It was just a media buying agency that would build you a website if you wanted to pay us. And then from there, we're at the point where we're pretty streamlined and systemized on, hey, we're just focused on scaling Meta. We do run some ads on platforms like AppLovin and TikTok, but at the end of the day, the thing that makes those platforms work is the creative. And so that's where most of the team is and where everybody is really focused on now for scaling our brands.